I've just spent the last 200 days building an entire industrial district inside of my 1-year-old Minecraft hardcore world. This project involved me building 4 giant factories and placing around 5,000 blocks of coarse dirt. This video took over a month to create, so please subscribe as I'm building a custom tree every time someone does. First though, I have a massive wall to build. Yeah, this is over 200 blocks long, and there is also loads of stone in the way, so it's time to start digging it away. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a beacon. With that now somewhat done, I need to repair my pickaxes. The next step to building up this wall is gathering loads of resources. So first of all, I'm going to build a basalt farm. Before I can do that, I need another beacon. So it's time to spawn in a wither. There we go, that was easy. Now I can craft up a brand new beacon and build up a basalt farm. Next up, I'm going to need a whole lot of acacia wood, and luckily I'm in a savanna. Acacia logs have now been collected, now on to moss. And for that, I'm building an entire moss farm. And thanks to the farm, I have all the moss I'm ever going to need. Next up, we need mud. But not plain mud, I need packed mud. I'm just glad I have loads of wheat. I'm also going to need loads of mud bricks. And now I need stones like granite and andesite. That's all the granite I'm going to need. That's most of the resources done, but I'm still going to need some concrete powder. It is now the next day. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. But now that I've gathered up every resource, it's time to build up the wall. And now my inventory is full of blocks. There we go, the wall has now been built, and I think it looks amazing. And yes, I do know it is floating, but that will be dealt with later. Now I'm going to have to add a massive platform of coarse dirt, but I've got to take my dog for a walk first. And now it is time to place down hundreds of blocks of coarse dirt. Wow, this is so fun. Have I already used an entire box of coarse dirt? Yes. Yes, I have. There's so much more to do. As I've now got a lot of dirt to collect up, I'm going to make 4 brand new shovels. There we go, 4 brand new shovels, and I deliberately did not put silk touch or fortune on them as I just want to collect dirt. Now though, I have a lot of terraforming to do. With almost an entire diamond shovel broken, I've carved out this mountain. Yes, I know there's still a lot to do, I really can't be bothered at the minute. But at least we now have lots more dirt to turn into coarse dirt. But first, I just hit 2,000 subscribers, so to celebrate, I'm building up a massive monument. Thank you all so much, and make sure to subscribe so we can hit 3,000 subscribers this year. And there we go, this statue is dedicated to 2,000 subscribers, which was reached on the 28th of June, 2023. Yeah, I think this monument looks really cool in this area. Why is there another pillager patrol? I've already found one today. With the pillager patrol now properly dealt with, I decided to place down copper to oxidize for later builds. And with that now done, I need a shulker box of gravel so I can make lots more coarse dirt. With a full shulker box of gravel now collected, it's time to make a lot of coarse dirt. Now that I've got 2 shulker boxes full of coarse dirt, it's time to place a load of it down. With an entire shulker box of coarse dirt now placed down, we've got to get on to building one of the main parts of this video, a brand new factory. For that, I'm going to need a lot of sand, as well as sandstone, and camel. Wait, that's not right. But I do need to get back to base, so it's time for super fast portal building. And without any mistakes, the portal's been built. I'm also going to need some endstone. Yeah, you'll see why in a bit. Next, I'm going to need some deep slate, which I'm glad I have lots of. I also need lots of cherry wood. Trust me, it will look good. I'm also going to need lots of smooth sandstone, so let's put it in the furnaces. I now need some prismarine, so I'm going to craft up a conduit and fly over to an ocean monument. Now that I'm inside the monument, I can start mining up all the prismarine. With that now done, I've got all the materials needed for the first factory, so let's build it up. This is 1 out of the 4 factories I'm building in this video. What do you think of it? The walls have now been built for the factory, and I decided to add in some cherry wood as well as some endstone as it breaks up from a normal sandstone texture. Next up, it's time for the roof, where I'm going to place down a load of polished deep slate. Next up, I'm going to place in loads of oxidized copper and prismarine bricks. Yeah, I am aware the roof has holes in it. Hold on a second. There we go, a nice tower up on the roof. Wait, what do you mean there's another hole? There we go, a chimney as well. For once, one of my builds is actually going to have a use, because one of the next factories I'm going to build contains brick, and I don't have a lot of it. So this is going to house some stonemasons to trade me all the brick needed. Oh no, they've returned. But I don't have many villagers at the minute, so we're going to need to build a new villager breeder. I decided to build up that villager breeder on a live stream, and now I've built a trading hall. And with those villagers, I got all the bricks needed for factory number 2, plus a whole lot more resources. To start building factory number 2, I'm going to build up the corners. With the corners built in, we get a rough shape of what the building's going to look like. With my inventory now full of blocks, it's time to build up factory number 2. On this build, I decided to mix in dirt for variation. With the outer shell now done, it's time to build a tower onto the side. With the tower now done, the factory still needs a roof. The roof is now done, and I've added some extra details. Wait, what do you mean there's a hole behind me? Well, to fix that, I'm going to need sand, red concrete powder, orange concrete powder, red sand, black concrete powder, black terracotta, red terracotta, and boom. Well, literally, some pixel art of an explosion. I now need to go on a journey to get more shulker boxes. So with an hour on the clock, I need to now hunt down some end cities. With end city 1 now found, it's time to start the timer. End city 1 raided, now it's time for end city 2. Now on to end city number 3, end city number 4, end city number 5, end city number 6, end city number 7, end city number 8, end city number 9, end city number 10, end city 11, end city number 12, end city 13, end city 14, and finally end city 15. Yeah, I'd say 8 full shulker boxes and a stack of shulker shells is definitely worth it. Yeah, 45 diamonds and 7 armor trims is definitely worth it. It's been a couple of days since I've last recorded, more like a couple of weeks, and in that time I've done quite a few things. For example, I've changed my armor trim, I'm about to hit 1,200 days, and I've gathered up loads of shulker boxes for our next factory. The first part of this factory I'm actually going to build is going to be the chimney. This next factory is going to have a couple of uses, including an automatic stone farm. Without wasting any more time, it's time to build up the next factory. This is definitely my favourite build so far. And here's the third factory. Wait, what do you mean it's got loads of holes in it? Don't worry, this was done deliberately. This is so I can add in detail blocks such as dirt and mud. And yeah, that looks a whole lot better. Wait, there's still a hole in the roof. Now that there's a tower on the roof, it's time to add some exterior decorations, such as a bamboo ladder and some basalt pipes. I'm also going to create some custom cogs. And yeah, I think they look pretty cool. Today is Monday, the 31st of July, and I have until Saturday to work on this video. And I haven't even began editing yet. I need a lot of spruce wood. That should be enough spruce logs for now. With all this spruce wood now collected, I can build the dock below. Dock? Platform? I can now place in all the spruce wood below. With one row now done, it's time to extend it out 3 more times. Whilst this walking area is now done, I want to mix in some different types of blocks as spruce just looks plain by itself. And there we go. And if you think it looks ugly, first of all, that's kind of rude. But I did it deliberately as then it looks really dirty. And here we have a nice cluster of detail blocks. Yeah, that stone island no longer exists. It's time to build up a wall. With the wall now completed, I need to continue the dock over on this side. Dock's done, well, except from all of the detail. Normally in my videos, I'd be expanding my village, but I've already done that. Here's a windmill, and here's an entire custom forest. Yeah, every time someone subscribes, I'm building a custom tree, so subscribe. But now I'll start decorating the docks. First starting off with moss carpet, and a hidden doorway, which leads straight into the moss farm. Next up, I have another problem. This area here looks awful, and I think I might just turn most of it into grass. There we go, it looks much better now. But what am I going to use it for? Well, I'm going to build some houses, and for that, I need terracotta. With 3 shulker boxes now full of materials, it's time to build up a house. And this is definitely one of my favourite builds. And there we go, the first house is built. And let's go inside. Yeah, you know what, we don't need to worry about an interior for now. But I do need to worry about a path leading up to it. And I think right here I can plant in a field. A couple days have now passed, and I did a live stream. On that live stream, I built a lighthouse, as well as terraformed this whole area, as I have a plan for a future video. But I need to focus on this video. Today is Friday, and the video has to be out tomorrow, and I've still got an entire factory left to build. And this factory is one of the most important ones. Don't ask why I'm building it last. But now I have to gather all of these resources. Whilst I've now got most of the resources, I'm still missing the most important ones, bamboo, and I need a lot of it. But I don't just need this bamboo, I need bamboo wood. And now with these 2 shulker boxes full of bamboo, I can create 7.5 stacks of bamboo wood. I hope this is enough. And luckily I had enough. But now it's time to build the final factory. This took ages to build, so please subscribe. And that's the final factory, and I think it looks great in this area, but there's more work to be done on it, as this factory was intended for a storage room, and not a mob farm. But first I need to fill in this roof. With the factory now being spawn-proofed, I need to add in all of the chests. And there we go. Wait, the floor still needs to change. There's still a lot of work for me to do, like variating the coarse dirt. Now that I've variated the dirt, which looks amazing by the way, it's time to add some other details. For example, over here I want to add a workbench. I decided to add a map of this area onto the bench. But now my inventory is full of decoration blocks, as we need to decorate this area. Looking around, I've realised I still have one more thing to do. I've got to empty all these shulker boxes into the storage system. That's going to take ages. Yeah, this is too boring to do right now. I'll definitely do it off camera, don't worry. Even though the shulker boxes are all done, I've still got more work to do, and it's already 9:30 on Friday evening. Behind the factories, I want to add in a retaining wall. Now that I've got all of these blocks, it's time to build up the wall. And now I think this wall looks pretty good. But I'm now on day 1260, and I started this project on day 1060, meaning this has taken over 200 days, which is probably my longest ever project. But unfortunately, I'm still not done. So next up, I continued adding coarse dirt around the back of the factories. And with that last coarse dirt being placed down, I'm going to say this project is finally finished. Whilst there's still a lot of work left to do, I'm going to do that in future episodes, as I'm really running out of time to upload this video, and I want to upload it sometime this year. But there we go, I just spent 200 days building an entire industrial district inside of Minecraft Hardcore. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.